Would you please rise for the singing of the national anthem by seniors Haley Hines, Maya Lincoln, and Emily Thomas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The brave.
Good evening. My name is Jason Parent. I'm the proud principal of Londonderry High School. Welcome to the 42nd annual baccalaureate and graduation ceremony to celebrate the class of 2021. This is our second time back on campus in the past 18 years, and it's a special evening for all of our seniors, families, and of course, all of us in the Londonderry School District, including our superintendent, assistant superintendent, and school board members. We have a group of outstanding seniors seated in our audience wearing red, white, and blue cords, which symbolize their entrance into military service. Please join me in honoring their service to our country. Seniors, please rise when I call your name. Joseph Bailing, U.S. Navy. Eric Casey, U.S. Navy. Dylan Husson, U.S. Marines. Isaac McCune, U.S. Marines. Delaney O'Leary, U.S. Navy. Samantha Pelletier, U.S. Air Force. And Theo Ward, U.S. Army National Guard. It is now my pleasure to introduce our third-ranked student of this year's graduating class. Please welcome Advika Arunkumar.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. It's so happy to see all of you tonight. For a second, imagine that you can time travel. And let's choose to go back to 2019, before the events of last year happened. If you told anyone that by next year, we'd all be wearing masks outside like we were all in Grey's Anatomy and couldn't high-five our friends, everyone would talk to would think you were a lunatic. But 2020 soon came. And that setting that seems to be part of a dystopian world became our reality. Society as we knew it completely changed. Formal wear literally became semi-formal. And we reflexively smiled at people, not realizing they could only see your eyes slightly squinting at them. Nevertheless, we adapted. We adapted to what was required of us and worked together to mitigate the pandemic to its current levels. We've come a long way, and that's because of your open-mindedness and perseverance. No matter whether you're going to college, taking a gap year, or joining the workforce next year, those qualities of open-mindedness and perseverance will be very important as you transition into the next phase of your life. This is the time to try out new things, experiment, and see what you like and what you don't. If you preemptively close the door on an opportunity presented to you, you lose the chance to discover new interests and make new connections that will help you later down the road. As many of you know, I was part of the robotics team throughout high school. However, I wasn't always interested in robotics. I actually had no interest when I first came to LHS. But my dad, shout out to my dad, pushed me to go to the orientation meeting. And I was reluctant to go at first, but I decided to be open-minded and give it a chance. It was the start of high school, a time I had begun romanticizing thanks to Mean Girls and High School Musical. So I thought, why not try something new and different? And I know this is going to sound sappy, but to be honest, that was one of the best decisions of my life. Because of robotics, I learned not only technical skills, but also life skills. I can now say that I know how to use a drill thanks to robotics. But I can also say that I've gained collaborative skills thanks to robotics, or met new friends thanks to robotics. I've had experiences to write about my college essays thanks to robotics. But I've also become a better leader, a better listener, and a different, hopefully better person thanks to robotics. I've made unforgettable memories at competitions and meetings in Room 360. About a month ago, I remember reading an article from the New York Times, thanks to Mr. Miller's subscription, about languishing. That state where you're not exactly motivated and don't feel like you have a purpose. As I was reading it, I remember thinking to myself, this is exactly how I feel. Languishing is a feeling that may now seem familiar to you throughout high school. But they then wrote an article on how to achieve flourishing, the exact opposite of languishing. That state of fulfillment and purpose that we're all chasing after. And do you know what one of the methods to achieve flourishing is? It's finding something new to do. According to sociologist Dr. Keyes, one of the most important factors to achieving that sense of flourishing is to stay interested in life. So find your robotics. Find something that isn't necessarily something that you have to do or something you do to help you advance in your career. And if you've already found your robotics, keep going at it. If there's one thing I've understood about life so far, it's that you have to take time for yourself, to do things that you just purely enjoy, not because your friends are doing it or because you need to do it to check off the boxes, but just for you and you only. When we eventually meet again at our high school reunion in the future, the struggles of the pandemic may be a distant memory, but we will retain the qualities that got us through these trying times. And I'm sure that when I see you again, we'll all be flourishing. Thank you so much, and congratulations to my fellow soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2021.
It is now my pleasure to introduce your faculty speaker, Michael Miller.
What's up, seniors? On behalf of the school board, the administration, and my colleagues, we congratulate you, class of 2021. You arrived here today because you dug deep, you worked hard, at least a little bit, I'm sure. To be fair, it could be asked, has a graduating class ever received diplomas that have spent less time in the classroom? That answer would have to be a no. And still how you groaned when Governor Sununu took away your 3-day weekends and Lion days. Other Londonderry school records, unchallenged for decades, now lie at your feet. Those sweatpants you seniors wore day after day during the full remote because you thought no one was noticing. We noticed. Londonderry's sweatpants record is all yours. In fact, last year you seniors set personal grooming and hygiene records in categories we didn't even know existed. Since I started teaching here, I've kept a tally of ideas that only an 18-year-old brain could conjure. You seniors set a new bar for ideas that make absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Sarah Jo always returned home from away matches with an extra volleyball in her bag and an extra wide grin on her face. Tanner Fortier came to the conclusion this year that he's been living in the wrong state for 18 years and he's actually a Florida man. Ben House tried to buy an apartment building in Austin, Texas with 4 friends he happily described as complete morons. It's no secret these have been tough times all around, and we parents feel bad about this. We would have loved for you to have had what we had back in the 1990s. High school memories, dreamy and effervescent, not a text or email within 15 years of us. Memories we happily relive every time a Tom Petty song comes on our car radios. Sometimes I wonder what memories your minds will return to, seniors. Decades from now when you're driving your minivans down the road and the song that comes over the radio is by Cardi B. Jake and Logan Paul fights, JoJo Siwa TikToks, the Google Classroom. Ah yes, the Google Classroom. While most of your friends probably ghosted you this pandemic, the Google Classroom would never do that to you. Remember how your hearts fluttered, seniors, when you reached for your buzzing phones, imagining some friend was finally reaching out to you, and it was just Mr. Cariello posting another physics assignment. I'm sure we would all agree last winter was the hardest stretch. That said, I have to say how proud I was of us older faculty members learning the ropes of online instruction. All of us except Mr. Choquette. Poor Mr. Choquette. His struggles with technology seem never-ending. I heard he couldn't figure out the difference between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so he bought himself a whole new laptop. Me, I have to say I was fairly pleased with how I picked up remote instruction. I have some of you students to thank for that. When Colby Russell's head tipped over during a Google Meet session and he started snoring, it occurred to me my double block lectures were way too long. When I muted Alyssa Bolio Miss Bolio and she simply found a way to unmute herself on her home computer, I realized my mute button was pretty much useless. It was also on Google Meet that I discovered if you ask Brandon Fish to sing a country song, you don't have to ask him twice. Remote learning offered my colleagues and me a glimpse into your household we'd never seen before. Consequently, we now know who the favorite members of your families are. Parents, if you didn't already know, it's not you. It's your family pets. I lost count of how many times my carefully designed lessons got upstaged by pets wandering into the video frame. Cats and dogs, rabbits, hamsters, Jill McGuire's dearly departed praying mantis. You seniors will remember the day I waved my white flag and I asked you to fetch your pets from around your home so you could introduce them to your classmates. I loved how you hoisted up your squirming pets to the camera windows, your faces beaming with the same pride Tom Brady has on his face whenever he's lifting a Lombardi trophy. I love how you shamelessly lied about all your tricks that your pets could perform. And then when I asked you to show us, they all stared blankly off into space. We'll move on. You guys didn't get dressed up tonight just to listen to me go on about pets. With my remaining time, I'd like to provide some thoughts about the future to this graduating class. Number one, whenever you have the opportunity, travel. In Plato's allegory of the cave, Socrates encourages us to release ourselves from the comfortable shackles of simply believing the same things about life that we've always been taught. What I personally love about traveling, especially to a foreign country, is how it forces me to re-examine every opinion I have at that moment about myself and the world. The problem you seniors will encounter in your 20s is that you'll discover for the first time in your life just how poor you really are. You'll want to buy that plane ticket, but your apartment doesn't have any furniture in it. I found myself in a similar circumstance back in the 1990s, when I graduated from college with a few $100s to my name and big student loans. When I asked my dad for his thoughts, he told me, "Mike, it's okay to be broke in your 20s, just try not to be broke after that." It was good advice. I bought the plane ticket, and I found a way to live and work in the Middle East and Asia for 2.5 years. My advice to you seniors is to buy that plane ticket. Nobody my age has a second glass of wine after dinner and reminisces about a couch they bought in their 20s. Number two, always have a good novel close by. Just before the Leach Library shut its doors in 2020, I checked out The Count of Monte Cristo. My thinking was perhaps I might get some tips from how to grind out a miserable quarantine from a guy who grinded out a miserable imprisonment on a remote island. The author, Salman Rushdie, said these words about novels. We know when we hear these stories, even though they are unreal, because carpets do not fly and witches and gingerbread houses do not exist. They are also real because they are about real things. Love, hatred, fear, power, cowardice, death, they simply arrive at the real by a different route. I love following the rock on the gram as much as Tara Wright. I also know, just as all of you do, that there are deep emotional chords within us that Instagram, TikTok, and Netflix can never reach. Great novels have great characters. Yes, their worlds are imaginary, but their stories are real because they echo into the mysterious and soulful world of our emotions. Number three, it's okay to be broken open. I heard an allegory once that described as being human as being like a sailor in a harbor. Just two breezes are blowing out to sea, fear and hope. It's up to each of us to decide which breeze to raise our sails to. The choices that arrive into our lives are typically binary. Strip away the particulars of the circumstance and you'll discover one of these two breezes. The path of fear is nearly always the familiar choice, the comfortable choice, the choice that keeps us at the bottom of Plato's cave, hanging on to old versions of ourselves. The path of hope requires bravery, enough bravery needed to move in the direction of an experience that we know is going to break us, but we do it anyway. We do it because we know that when we put ourselves back together again, we'll be stronger and wiser than before. There are times, of course, when we are broken through no choice of our own. And when I think of this, I think of Jacob Narr and Katie Sherwood, two of the most vibrant and joyful spirits who have ever walked the halls of Londonderry High School. Two people who were loved not just by their family and friends, but also by anyone who just met them a handful of times. Their smiles and their hearts were that radiant. As we tried to reassemble ourselves after learning of their passing, we were reminded that sometimes human reason falters and fails to understand certain mysteries that do not belong to this world. For those of us still struggling, I offer these words from our sitting president, who has also experienced personal loss. A time will come, I promise you, when the thought of your most loved one will bring a smile to your lips before a tear to your eye. It will happen. My prayer for you is that this day will come sooner rather than later. With my remaining time, I'd like to share what I admire most about this graduating class. First on my list would be your friendships with one another. In the 21 years I've taught here, I don't remember a class of graduates who've bonded together as you have. Loneliness and melancholy, emotional exhaustion, these are states of mind that seniors rarely experience in the direct and personal way that you all did. I watched you seniors open your hearts to one another, reveal vulnerabilities, reach out to classmates who were having a harder day than you. Several years ago, Mr. Zakili, the retired middle school principal, told me and other parents at a parent-teacher night that our kids would soon prefer hanging out to their friends than us. All of us parents frowned and silently objected to his prediction. But of course, for the most part, he was correct. From here on out, seniors, until you have families of your own, your friends are your family. And it's just my opinion, but I believe you're on the doorstep of the most important decade of your lives. And I have no doubt that many of your friends sitting beside you on this football field are going to be with you at your side through every step. But on behalf of your parents tonight, I also have to say these words: don't forget about us. We still love you. And remember, a day may come many years from now when you and your spouse haven't slept in weeks and your babies are screaming and you've run out of diapers and all you want to do is pick up your phone and plead for help. Do you think any of your friends are going to pick up that call? We parents can't wait for that call. This graduating class has another thing that I greatly admire, and it's their pluck. We live in a world with a constant stream of people in our phones and televisions telling us that the divisions in our country can't be bridged, that our futures are bleak and hopeless. When my fellow boomers and Karens prattle on like this, I love how you seniors politely nod and tune them out. When you consider your futures, all you see are glasses that are half full. At this moment, every one of you seniors has some flickering thought of an idea of a person you could become one day, if you work hard and take chances, if things break your way. Victor Hugo called this the glimmer of youth. It's the reason my colleagues and I love our job so much. Your exuberance for life and optimism about the world spills into our classrooms. Recently, I overheard some people lament about how unlucky this graduating class is. I know none of you seniors feel this way, and neither do I. I think you seniors are about to have a lot of fun. Masks are coming off. You'll be going to concerts this summer, barbecues and pool parties, day trips to Hampton Beach and Boston. You're welcoming friends and neighbors and grandparents back into your homes and giving them big hugs. I hope you have a blast this summer, seniors. I'm going to miss you, and good luck.
Performing I'll Always Remember You, please welcome Nicole Raza.
I always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years there'd be laughter, there'd be tears, but never thought I'd walk away with so much joy but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye, but yesterday's gone. We've gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Another chapter in the book. Can't go back, but you can look. And there we are on every page. Memories I'll always save. Up ahead, only open doors. Who knows knows what we're heading towards. I wish you love, I wish you luck. For you the world just opens up, and it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we've gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I will keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Every day that we had, all the good, all the bad, I'll keep them here inside. All the times that we shared, every place, everywhere, you touched my life. And yeah, one day we'll look back and we'll smile and we'll laugh, but right now we just cry, 'cause it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we've gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moments, so glad I got to know you. I'll hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. I'll always remember you.
Good evening. My name is Maureen O'Day, and I'm the Director of School Counseling. I'd like to recognize the outstanding scholarships we've been notified of. These scholarship organizations have informed us of their winners. If your senior has earned an outside scholarship that we were not aware of, we apologize for not announcing it. Please stand when your name is called so that you can be recognized. Anna Willis Memorial Scholarship goes to Hannah Damaris. The Fine Homes Group Gives Back Scholarship goes to Dariana Machedo. Friends of Londonderry Hockey goes to Connor Payton, Ethan Cohen, and Zachary Rowe. The General Federation of Women's Clubs of Hudson goes to Haley Hines. Lancer Cheer Boosters Club Scholarship goes to Rihanna Broadhurst, Alexandra Kelly, Alana Mobbs, Alyssa Pateris, and Lillian Tharrington. The Londonderry Goals Association Brian Hannafin Memorial Scholarship goes to Anthony Ramey. The Londonderry Goals Association David Kelly Community Service Scholarship goes to Hannah Ellis and Ryan Griffin. Londonderry Goals Association Shannon McDougall Memorial Scholarship goes to Anna Hutchinson. Londonderry Lancer Locker Scholarship goes to Skylar Hamilton, Grace Harpster, and Riley McGrath. The Michael Kelly Scholarship Fund goes to Samuel Brown. The Unified Athletic Leadership Scholarship goes to Hannah Ellis and Ashley Schmidt. Beginning in the 2011-2012 school year, Londonderry High School joined the New Hampshire Scholars Program. New Hampshire Scholars is part of the State of New Hampshire Initiative, a national program that incorporates business leaders to motivate students beginning in the 8th grade to complete a rigorous course of study in high school, one that will give them a boost in college and future careers. New Hampshire Scholars encourages and motivates all high school students to complete a rigorous course of study that prepares them for successful transition to college coursework or technical training necessary to enter today's competitive job market. This initiative gives our students an edge, one that is real value to them, the schools they attend, the companies they work for, and the communities they live in. Students now have 4 pathways to choose from. In addition to the original New Hampshire Scholars, students can personalize their education and be recognized for pathways as a New Hampshire Scholar STEM, New Hampshire Scholar Art, and also New Hampshire Scholars Career. I would like to note that there are students who have taken rigorous course of study not recognized this evening because they opted to take other rigorous courses outside, Mr. Miller, block your ears, of the required extra social studies course. This evening, we have 249 members of the class of 2021 who are New Hampshire Scholars. These seniors have New Hampshire Scholar seals embossed on their diploma and are wearing New Hampshire Scholar medals. Thank you, Mr. Parent. Please stand and receive the recognition that you so richly deserve. The 249 state scholars. Before we begin this evening's local scholarships, I would like to give many thanks to the members of the Londonderry High School administration, school counselors, faculty, staff, and the community, many who have served on the selection committees. As you know, this is a name-blind process. We start the process in the winter of every school year and work diligently throughout the spring to get the process right. In addition to the Londonderry High School local selection, there are many organizations that make their own decisions specific to their scholarship, and they allow us to announce their winners this evening. I would like to thank Michelle Broadhurst and Laura Frost for all their hard work and dedication in this process. The selection process is always difficult as the students before us make such compelling reasons as to why they should be awarded a scholarship. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Kim Lindley-Susi, who's going to recognize the scholarship recipients. Seniors, when your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Your scholarship letter is going to be mailed home. I know this morning we said we were going to give it to you. Tonight we're going to mail them home so that they don't get lost. Dr. Susi?
A Londonderry Emergency Response Team Alert Scholarship goes to Miana Breton. Barbara M. Burns Memorial Social Studies Scholarship by Barbara Mee, Sarah Frazier. Big Buddy Program, Madison Bolton and Isabella McCutcheon. Brennan Food Vending, 4 awards, General to Sophia Fonseca, Drama to Emily Thomas, Medical to Madison Sabatella, and Manchester School of Technology to Jonathan Sutherland. Carol Mack Scholarship, Catherine Kilgore. Christopher Scott Fitzpatrick Memorial Scholarship Fund, Lucas Seaman. Class of 2008 B. Murray Vocational Scholarship, John Neese and Kaylee Sweeney. Class of 2021 officers, Emma DeTellis, Zachary Fawcett, Matthew Griffin, Ryan Griffin, Nicole Longuet, Chelsea Mullen, Lillian Tharrington, and Madison Walden. Derry Garden Club Environmental Career Scholarship, Emma DeTellis. Derry Medical Center Charitable Foundation Scholarship, Braden Brassard, Carly Butler, Catherine Marshall, and Alana Myron. Dollars for Scholars, this is a long list, Elizabeth Allen, Marlena Dwyer, Alexander Grusho, Skylar Hamilton, Catherine Grace Harpster, Malin Jackson, Andrew Johnson, Nicole Longuet, Jacob Ruppel, Christopher Setterland, Hunter Smith, Erin Strike, Nicole Walsh, and Ryan Young. FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid Night Book Award Scholarship, Zachary Furlong. Fast Shot Boosters, Joseph Bailing, William Beeler, Aidan Dennis, Robert Durhack, Zachary Fawcett, Alexander Grusho, Jack Kester, Logan McIntosh, Isaac McCune, Dylan McEachern, Johnny McKinnon, Aidan O'Loughlin, Evan Parker, Hunter Smith, and Nicholas Villano. Friends of Music Scholarship, Chloe Ferraro and Dylan Solano. Greeley Parmenter Harrington American Legion Post-27 Scholarship, Annual Band Scholarship, Taylor Crakes, Juliet Loisel. Gwen Pasquarelli Memorial Music Scholarship, Carly McRitchie. Hudson Memorial VFW Post 5791 Scholarship, Riley Anderson, Gabrielle Page, Evan Parker, and Corinne Sawyer. Jake Narr Memorial Scholarship, Eric Brown, Marek Mishno, Alyssa Pitaris, and Ian Ward. James N. Elefante Scholarship for Future Educators Academy, Sarah Girardi. Jessica Pullman Memorial Scholarship, Alexis Grella. Kathleen A. Wicker Scholarship, Mia Fell. Kay and Dick Doyle Family Scholarship, Sarah Jo and Mario Slaby. Lancer Dugout Club Annual Scholarship, Gavin Parent and Zachary Rowe. Lancer Girls Basketball Booster Club Scholarship, Sarah Clegg, Catherine Marshall, and Kylie McGurn. Lancer Nation Boys Basketball Association, Jackson Cox and William Reyes. Lancer Nation Boys Basketball Association Scholarship in memory of Jake Narr, Zachary Fawcett. Lancer On Deck Club Scholarship, Sarah Frazier and Allison Lacey. Lancer Swimming, Hunter Turek. LBC Jake Narr Scholarship, formerly Londonderry Basketball Club Annual Scholarship, Zachary Fawcett, Ryan Killalay, Kylie McGurn, Ashley Rourke, and Jacob Ruppel. LHS Drama Club Scholarship, Andrew Johnson and Gabrielle Page. LHS PTSO Scholarship, Amara Cody. LHS Student Council Scholarship, Madison Bolton, Isabella Bouchard, Amara Cody, Emma Donnelly, Catherine Grace Harpster, and Emma Stowell. Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association Scholarship, Emily Cowett, Matthew Griffin, Nicole Langouet, Riley McGrath, and Jenna Stoll. Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association JN2 Award, Zachary Fawcett, Eric Raza, and William Reyes. Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association Tom Sawyer Award, Brandon Fish and Caitlin Whitcop. Londonderry Athletic and Field Association, LAFA, Kylie Dodge, Aidan Galan, and Skylar Hamilton. Londonderry Education Association Claire Hunter Scholarship, Lillian Tharrington. Londonderry Education Association Claire Valliere Scholarship, Emma DeTellis. Londonderry Education Association Douglas Mailman Scholarship, Sarah Frazier. Londonderry Education Association John Vadabonker Award, Riley Anderson. Londonderry Goals Association Scholarship, Luke Brown, Hannah Ellis, Ryan Griffin, Marissa Hyder, Katie McCudden, Gavin Parent, Hunter Smith, and Julia Susi. Londonderry High School Math Team, Advika Arunkumar. Londonderry High School Track and Cross Country Booster Club Scholarship, Matthew Griffin, Gabrielle Page, Delaney Root, Matthew Vogel, Erica Waters, and Ryan Young. Londonderry Lions Club Scholarship, Mia Fal, Ashley Griffin, Alexis Miola, Emily Perry, Ian Provost, Ashley Schmidt, and Brian Sullivan. Londonderry Police Association, Rebecca Fakovic and Nicholas Powell. Londonderry Senior Citizens Incorporated Scholarship, Caden Elgazal and Jordan Galuzzo. Londonderry Soccer Club Scholarship, Riley Anderson, Hannah Ellis, Ryan Griffin, and Hunter Smith. Londonderry Women's Club, Rihanna Broadhurst, Mia Fal, and Brian Sullivan. Londonderry Wrestling Association, Dylan Barnes and Johnny McKinnon. Londonderry Youth Lacrosse Association, Mia Fal and Alexander Grusho. Lundgren Chiropractic Scholarship, Marissa Hyder. Mark Lawrence Photographer Scholarship, Colleen Bernard. Mary Colton Scholarship Fund, Delaney Kearns. Mary Lou Chamberlain Memorial Scholarship, Hannah Boumel. Molly Reed Chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution Continuing Education Award, Rachel St. Louis. Neil F. Tyler Jr. Scholarship, Garrett Kaluzdian. Peter A. Sohm Memorial Scholarship, Joseph Bailing. Principal Scholarship, Advika Arunkumar, Sarah Clegg, Amara Cody, Anna Drabick, Evan Dugas, Zachary Rowe, Emma Stoll, and Madison Walden. Quick Sticks Booster Club Scholarship, Isabella Augusta, Emily Cowett, Katie McCudden, Riley McGrath, Jenna Stoll, and Riley Walter. Rebecca Tenney Foundation Scholarship, Sarah Frazier and Hunter Turek. Red River Charitable Foundation STEM Scholarship, Evan Parker. Richard Hood Scholarship, Maxwell Jean. RSD Scholarship, Savannah Bailey, Marie Duffy, and Eric Raza. Skip Burbine Tennis Scholarship, Tanner Fortier and Lauren Kim. South Londonderry Elementary School Scholarship Fund, Megan Fitzpatrick, Jake Roberts, and Megan Turner. Sure Shot Field Hockey Booster Club Scholarship, Catherine Grace Harpster, Jenna Madigan, and Chelsea Mullen. Susan H. Lambert Memorial Scholarship, Madison Sabatella. The Londonderry Rotary Club Fred Ball Scholarship, Brian Sullivan. The Londonderry Youth Football and Spirit Scholarship in the names of Warner Hale, Christopher Fitzpatrick, and Alex Laskawa, Miana Breton, Rayana Broadhurst, Robert Durhack, Kylie Dodge, Eugene Donovan, Dylan McEachern, Alana Mobbs, Aidan O'Loughlin, Alyssa Pateris, and Eric Raza. William Howard Memorial Scholarship, Liam McIntyre and Corinne Sawyer.
Thanks to the generous scholarship donations from our local community along those outside of our community, $137,738 was awarded to seniors tonight. Congratulations. And this now concludes the baccalaureate portion of the program. Class of 21. This is my 13th year as principal of Londonderry High School, and I can honestly say you're one of my favorite senior classes in my tenure. Just don't tell the others. The reason for this is because you're such a kind and compassionate group of young men and women. You're one of the nicest classes we will ever come across. And beyond your makeup as individuals, you collectively embody every positive trait that makes our high school so special. You care about each other, want to make a difference, and want to do right by others. You weren't derailed by the adversity that came your way. Instead, you lived in the moment, valued the limited time you had together, and became very good at navigating life without a map. Your moral compass became your guide. When I was starting my journey as a first-year principal, you were starting your journey as young learners. Most of you attended Moose Hill Kindergarten, but some began elsewhere. The majority then ventured off to Matthew Thornton, or South School, or North School, or north of that in the Hooksett School District. The journey continued as you came together at Londonderry Middle School or Colley Middle School. And just 4 years ago, all of you became Londonderry Lancers. Except for the class of 2020 at the end of their year, the other 40 LHS senior classes before you all had a traditional 40 months of school over their 4 years as members of Lancer Nation. You only had 26 months of a traditional high school education before everything changed. Just 65% of your high school career was spent under normal conditions, while the final third was anything but normal. It would have been easy to call it quits under these circumstances, but that is not in the composition of this senior class. Instead, you were resilient. Your conditions galvanized you. You were united, you stuck together, and most importantly, you remained at the core truly great people. It's inspiring to watch you in action, and you make the rest of us want to do better and be better people as a result. In a time where it can be difficult to be good at life, you have shown us how to be great at it, especially this year. Once again, the 2021 yearbook that will arrive at your doors this summer picked the perfect maxim to describe this class: we shine together. You've all shined in this year's darkest moments. You've shined under unpredictable circumstances. You've shined individually and collectively. And here are some of the shining moments of your senior year. After being sent home last spring, you didn't know how you'd begin your senior year. For some, you returned to LHS on a hybrid schedule, seeing only half your classmates every other day with new safety procedures to follow. For others, you remained fully remote and adjusted to a block schedule. We had calendars and charts and red days and blue days, and it must have been dizzying. We tried to keep our traditions, like your class of 21 picture and you getting to take the SAT. One of the most important traditions we maintained was MACPLAC, our homecoming against rival Pinkerton Academy. Coordinated by 6 Athletic Leadership Council seniors and led by our fall senior student athletes, for the first time in over 20 years, the Lancers became MACPLAC champions, winning 5 of 8 varsity competitions. It was a thrill to host and finally bring the plaque home. Some of you seniors in our unified program were recognized as a national banner champion school for your commitment to inclusion through Special Olympics. 3 seniors were named National Merit Commended Students for scoring in the top 50,000 of the 1.6 million students who took the PSAT exam, while another became a National Merit Finalist. 2 other seniors received $1,000 scholarships for being the top math and science students in their class. Senior journalists from the Lancer Spirit were recognized for their work, receiving New England Scholastic Press Association's All New England Award, along with Special Achievement Awards. 8 senior musicians were selected to perform in the New Hampshire Jazz and All-State Music Festivals. We celebrated 4 senior student athletes who signed national letters of intent to play on scholarship in college. Our girls volleyball team and unified soccer team reached the Final Four, led by our seniors, and our boys cross-country team was the Division I runner-up, while senior cheerleaders led their team to a top 3 finish in Division I. You seniors are a huge part of the niche organization rankings of the top public high schools in each state across the country. LHS is a top 10 ranked school among the 89 high schools in New Hampshire and top 4 among Division I schools, receiving grades of A in academics, health and safety, high school administration, high school teachers, sports programs, clubs and activities, resources and facilities, and an overall grade of A. You are the only senior class in history to take your college tours virtually for the most part, and yet you still found a way to be accepted into some of the best schools in the country. You shined with admissions boards and researched schools to find the best fit for you. 10 of you were inducted into the National Honor Society. 18 seniors were named New Hampshire Scholar Athletes for carrying a B+ or better grade point average while lettering in 2 varsity sports, and 1 became a state swim champ in the 200. Both the boys and girls basketball teams reached the Final Four thanks to our seniors. 2 seniors were selected to all Eastern Honors Ensembles, and 3 seniors in this class were named U.S. Presidential Scholars. As the winter months continued, our high school endured a sudden passing of a beloved school counselor. This had a significant impact on our students, particularly our seniors, who had come to form a strong bond with her. The seniors would once again shine when we needed them most by organizing a community event in the spring that was devoted to honoring her legacy, with proceeds going to the newly established Kate Sherwood Foundation, which supports students overcoming adversity, allowing them to reach their full potential. Within a month of that loss, tragedy struck Lancer Nation again as we lost an incredible member of this senior class. Jacob Nahr was an immensely popular and well-respected member of the class of 2021. No light in our school shined brighter than this young man, who was captain of our football and lacrosse teams. But more importantly, he was a major part of the spirit of our school, and it left us all devastated. His personal model of having no bad days and spreading positivity will forever be remembered. Through the support of this entire community and led once again by our seniors, he was honored in a celebration of life ceremony on this field, which was attended by thousands. It was one of the most endearing tributes that has ever taken place on this campus or in this town. In a year that the pep rally team had to focus on keeping school spirit as strong as the academics, to keep LHS, also Lancer Nation, there suddenly became a need to heal. It was important to do something for the senior class before they left, to bring Jake to his playing fields and to his graduation. A senior-generated idea evolved into a statement of love. How appropriate for one of the most considerate and thoughtful classes to ever graduate from this high school. You reflect your parents and your teachers K to 12. You support each other through all this, and here you are. On the wall behind you reads, "Once a Lancer, always a Lancer," with Jake's picture on it. And all of you took the time to reflect and write your names alongside him. The second seat in our graduating class is open tonight, which honors the number he wore and his place in our hearts as a member of the class of 2021. Jake's assistant principal, Miss Katie Sullivan, will be accepting his diploma conferred posthumously. Please join me in presenting that diploma from Londonderry High School to Jacob Daniel Narr. Hope springs eternal, and you seniors use that hope to find your way back. The governor issued an executive order for a full return to school, and suddenly you were all back together again. Student Council was recognized as a National Gold Council of Excellence, and the Lancer Spirit Online earned distinguished site status. One of you seniors became the first female Eagle Scout in our surrounding district. We became the first high school in New England to be a Purple Star school for our support of military families. Some of you seniors in the drama club led an amazing production of Little Shop of Horrors, followed by multiple concerts and award ceremonies. Our Rotary Club in town graciously featured every senior picture, which is proudly displayed on banners up and down Mammoth Road. Our unified track team won the Division I state championship for the 8th straight year, with 4 of you winning individual titles. In girls track, one of you seniors is a Division I pole vault champion. In boys track, one of you set a new school record in the 800 en route to becoming a New Hampshire state champion. 3 of you were strength and conditioning All-Americans. And for the first time in school history, a varsity baseball player launched a home run in Lancer Park, and this senior did it in dramatic fashion with a walk-off to beat Pinkerton Academy, helping his team reach the Division I Final Four. And now we arrive to this final week in your high school experience, ending with your prom on Sunday. We hope you enjoyed the senior field day and the parade in your honor, emceed by our very own town manager. We hope you enjoyed senior supper, and we're happy to bestow the many awards, certificates, and honors you earned. That includes the 249 seniors wearing a New Hampshire Scholars Medal for academic achievement. That is the most in school history, representing 3/4 of this entire class. 58 seniors are wearing red cords to signify their civic involvement in our school community. 66 seniors are graduating with a weighted grade point average of 4.0 or higher, representing 20% of this graduating class, which also includes our top 10 students, where one of you became the first female in school history to become class president and the school's valedictorian. Yesterday, many of you returned to Moose Hill Kindergarten, where it all began, to reflect on your roots and say thanks for planting the seeds of who you've become as students. You did the same thing this morning at your elementary schools. These are the places that laid the foundation, where 99.6% of our seniors will graduate with a diploma and 89% accepted to 2- and 4-year colleges, again, some of the best in the country. We have a dropout rate of 0.7%, and this is a credit to our entire school district. This morning's senior slideshow beautifully captured 13 years of your growth and preserved amazing memories. I've known many of you most of your lives and had the pleasure of coaching some of you over the years. Most importantly, I've had the honor of watching all of you shine together and lead Lancer Nation over the past 4 years. Hold on to the friendships you've built and relied upon for all of these years. Take the time to thank our amazing teaching staff seated behind you who have supported you through your high school journey. Hug your parents who have done an outstanding job raising you, and continue to appreciate your family members who will always be there for you. You've had a remarkable run at Londonderry High School, and you're going to shine even brighter in the next phase of your lives. You've made the most of your entire time here, and you'll always be Lancers. Seniors, we love you, and everyone here tonight is so very proud of you. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you very much, and best of luck to all of you. It is now my honor to recognize the top 10 academicians in the Londonderry High School graduating class of 2021. These seniors possess transcripts that represent rigor and excellence, and they've earned the highest overall weighted grade point averages among their peers. Top 10 seniors, please stand when I call your name. 10th honors, attending the University of South Florida, Emma DeTellis. 9th honors, attending St. Louis University, Sarah Clegg. 8th honors, attending Clemson University, Catherine Marshall. 7th honors, attending Boston University, Carly Butler. 6th honors, attending Boston College, Nicole Longueway. 5th honors, attending Northeastern University, Delaney Root. 4th honors, attending the University of Miami, Jordan Galuzzo. 3rd honors, attending Case Western Reserve University, Advika Arunkumar. 'The salutatorian, attending Northeastern University, Caden El-Ghazel. and our valedictorian attending Boston College, Madison Walden. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 academicians of the class of 2021. To give the salutatorian address, please welcome Caden El-Gazelle.
Hello, class of 2021, all staff, administrators, family members, friends, and anyone else who came out here that doesn't fit those categories. Today, we're all graduating. That's pretty cool. One of my favorite things about getting out of here is that we can add a new phrase to our repertoire. You know, the other day, I went to the beach and played some beach volleyball. One of the guys we were with asked me, "Do you play?" Well, now I can be like, "Well, yeah, I played back in high school." Someone sitting in the corner at a party doing their homework, you walk up to them, take a peek at it. "Oh, I know how to do that. I learned it back in high school." You can lie about it too, no one will question you. See a guy eating a bag of baby carrots at the mall. "You know, I used to grow carrots back in high school." He's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." You're like, "Yeah." Then you walk away and never see him again. I don't know about you guys, but this whole school is over thing hasn't really hit me yet. I still feel like a high schooler, and college still feels so far away. I got my schedule for the fall semester the other day. Didn't choose any of those classes. Definitely missed an email, but I'll worry about that later. To name a few people who helped me thrive this year, along with the rest of my 4 years. My mother, who I'm pretty sure forgot my password for X2 because one year she just stopped yelling at me about getting A-minuses. My father, who made me a pro at holding a flashlight up while he's working so he could see better. My sister, Shayana, who somehow talks to more people in my grade than I do. My little 7-year-old brother, CJ, up and rising Fortnite pro. My little sister, Naya, who can almost read better than I can. My main squad, Arab Funny, who always knows when it's a good time to go to the beach and grill some glizzies, or walk around the school with a huge flag on my face on it. Many of my teachers this year, including Mrs. Provenzano, Mrs. Wooding, Mr. K, Mr. Cariello, Senor Wilson, Mrs. Blake, my boss, Mr. Sampson, and my main man, Mr. Miller. Also, thank you to the people at my house office for being there when I needed them, although I usually just stop by to say hi or because Roger told me to. Thank you to Mr. Parent and the rest of the staff for doing what they do to keep this year as fluid as we possibly could have. On that mark, I think we can all agree that this year has been wild. When we had that first break back at the end of junior year, we all thought that this is great. I sat at home, played some video games with friends, slept till 12 o'clock. No way this is getting any bigger than it is. It's in China. You know, China's so far that way. COVID's like super tiny, like this small, it's a virus. It won't get to us. Then we didn't come back, and it was like, well, what can I do? The longer we stayed at home, the more dead we all felt. We all started doing things we never thought we would for entertainment. I mean, I'm second in the class, but I don't read. So, you know it's bad when I pick up a book and read it for fun? I read 5 books over the course of quarantine. We got out of quarantine, haven't read a book. After that summer, which actually wasn't as bad as I expected, senior year started. We were all hybrid, and although it was weird, you got to give a lot of credit to the school district because it worked. Some teachers liked it, some didn't. We did have that home day every other day to do work at home. I definitely liked sleeping in a lot of those days, but it did not help when I was doing assignments in the last second and turning them in at 11:58 p.m., a minute before they were due, but I know I wasn't alone. We all got through hybrid, and it was time for remote. 2-hour classes and a whole lot of computer time. It was definitely very rough and tiring, but there were some classes, or some times where I enjoyed it. Every once in a while, I would look at my phone, and I would see that I received a text with a Google Meet link. 100% of the time, Mr. Miller's on his philosophy class. Easiest class of my life, wasn't even on it. Love that guy. I would say hello, leave, you know, pretty easy. But then there were some classes that just seemed to go on, and it was like watching paint dry, but like I said before, we all got through it, and here we are. Then we had a little bit more hybrid before going back to full-time, and there was a lot of controversy on whether we should have gone back or not. But ultimately, I definitely think I enjoyed full-time the most because it felt so normal. although I had to sacrifice my beauty sleep on those precious home days. But we got through it. Every obstacle that was put in front of us, we overcame. We figured out how to learn in 3 different ways over 1 year. As for most all of us, I would say we adapted very well, considering the circumstances. We were forced to learn how to work with technology, a little self-shout out, with the help of our IT department. Guided by our lovely Mr. Sampson. I don't know how the man does it. He's a varsity lacrosse coach during the day, head of technology during the night. They call him Batman, I call him boss. Look, the point is that we all made the best of what we could make it. Throughout this year, we faced tragedies. The person who wrote my letter of recommendation for Northeastern, Mrs. Sherwood, our fellow classmate and friend, Jake Narr. They were both loved and cared for by all, and they will always be a part of us. The love from the entire Londonderry community after those tragic events, combined with the stress and struggle that COVID had already been putting us through, made us all closer than ever before. It showed us that we aren't just the class of 2021, we are the family of 2021. Thank you.
To give the presidential address, please welcome Madison Walden.
Good evening, everyone. Staff, students, parents, little brothers and sisters that really just want to go home, and hysterical grandparents that probably haven't stopped crying since they stepped foot on this field. I hope you've all had a wonderful night thus far. Before I get into the heart of what I actually wish to say, I'd like to take a moment of time out of this speech to thank some very deserving individuals. To Mr. Parent, Mr. LaLiberty, every member of an administration, and anyone who worked so tirelessly to put tonight and this past week together, thank you. To my fellow class officers, Will, Zach, Nikki, Chelsea, Lily, Matt, Ryan, Emma, and Jack, thank you for being the backbone of this class alongside me for so many years. It's been quite the experience, I must admit, but you've all made it so beyond worth it. To Mrs. Pro and Mr. Rosa, thank you, for a lack of better words, for dealing with us. I know it's been rather fun for you at times. Thank you to the parents of the nearly 400 students receiving diplomas today. Guiding any human being through a transitional phase can be a daunting task, especially when it comes to teenage boys and girls. I promise we aren't purposely trying to make your lives miserable. I hope you are proud, however, of the children you've raised and the people they've become. And finally, although I wish I could dedicate a speech to this body of men and women, I'd like to say thank you to the teachers who have made all the difference for this group of people sitting in front of me. You are all far more loved and appreciated than you will ever know. I could stand up here for the next 5 minutes or so and talk about how much we've lost and overcome in the face of a pandemic. I could talk about the mask wearing, the social distancing, and the many events that didn't go quite as planned due to the state of the world. To be quite honest, I just don't really feel like doing that. I received an email from Mr. Juster only a few days ago that led me to change the entirety of how I wanted to approach this speech. He tends to have an innate ability to make people think a little bit harder about their lives, and this is one of the many reasons I've come to adore him so deeply. In his little message to me, he told me he believed this graduating class was, and I quote, the kindest, most thoughtful class he had ever experienced in his 39 years of teaching at LHS. I read these words, let them soak in for a good 10 minutes or so, and then it dawned on me. Maybe, just maybe, I really was going to miss high school far more strongly than I had thought possible. Hearing something like this about the group of kids you've spent your life with can come as a bit of a shock. How are we all to believe that the kids who've driven us insane for the better part of 12 years are all individual members of a class worthy of such descriptions? I'm not an idiot. I am well aware of the fact that there are peers with whom you do not get along. Maybe you're seated next to the girl who stole your 6th grade boyfriend, or maybe you've had to attend math class with the guy who told on you for cheating in elementary school. Simply put, I'm not here to pretend that high school was something it simply wasn't. We didn't all hold hands and sing nursery rhymes alongside one another for the last 4 years. We were mean, we were cranky, and sometimes we were downright sick of each other. Thinking of these realities in contrast with Mr. Juster's remarks can seem a bit humorous. I think, however, that it reveals the true beauty of the high school experience, specifically the one we've all shared with one another. When I think of a place that brought us together, despite these differences and despite these conflicts, one place in particular comes to mind. This was a place of honor, a place of character, and a place in which only the best of the human condition was revealed. I am, of course, talking about the Rex. For those in the audience who don't know what that is, just be glad that you don't. This was the only place in the world, in fact, in which I was offered a Jell-O shot at 7 o'clock in the morning as a terrified sophomore. And for those wondering, yes, I did decline. Now, why am I talking about this? Despite the heavy sarcasm that just littered the last minute of my speech, I was being completely sincere when I said the Rex was a place in which we all came together in the strangest of ways. We walked to school with kids we had never spoken to otherwise. We sometimes flipped one another off upon doing our best to cut off lines of traffic, and we shared looks of utter disgust on the mornings in which we had to walk to school in the rain. I always felt so oddly connected to all of you on those mornings, and I think it's only now, upon having to leave you, in which I'm beginning to understand why. The Rex, of course, became something much more than this, too. Just this last year, it was used to celebrate the lost, but forever beautiful life of someone who embodied exactly what it was that Mr. Juster had to say about this class. Jake was someone who took all the bad so many of us had to pour out into our high school experiences and our everyday lives and made it something we should have been able to see all along. He was just someone who had that effect on people. It was hard to see clearly when I was in the middle of the things Mr. Juster decided to point out. Sometimes it takes being removed from a situation, or in this case, a group of people, to realize the gravity behind the gifts we have all brought to one another. Having been sufficiently removed now, as I prepared to leave these very people behind, I'm able to see what he was talking about. It's nothing I can describe in words, but rather something that has been felt by myself, my teachers, and yourselves. This is a group of kids who took hit after hit, tragedy after tragedy, and made them into something that can be seen in a more gracious light. This is a group of kids who can make teachers laugh, who do cartwheels at LHS induction ceremonies, and now apparently graduations, and who have carried the weight of the world upon their shoulders. This is a group of kids who deserve every ounce of praise they receive, and most of all, this is a group of kids I will dearly miss. You don't have to believe me when I say any of this. I'm sure a lot of you think I'm only complimenting this class because I have some moral obligation to do so. Just know that if you walked up to any of the teachers here tonight, they'd probably tell you that everything Mr. Juster said was absolutely true. For the benefit of my speech, however, please don't ask any of them, as I don't want to risk being contradicted. We will be lucky to stay in touch with 1 or 2 people sitting in this crowd tonight. Your best friends now may be the people you only ever associate with Londonderry High School, and the people whose faces you've only just come to remember might be blips in the timeline of your life. That, to me, is beyond strange. This body of human beings is the only one you have most likely ever known. With that said, I could now give you all some cheesy send-off about all the things your future holds, but I think that sentiment goes without saying. To replace this more traditional closing, I want to utilize the words of a man much wiser than I, and I hope he's not mad at me for doing so because I didn't ask. Mr. Courtemage told my G-period World at War class something that has stuck with me since our last day of school just this past Friday. He said, "We are given very few chances in life to start over when it comes to who we are. Life after high school, however that looks for you, is one of them." He didn't mean this as a surface-level indicator of when to try a new hairstyle or when to begin practicing a new religion. He meant that we are all quite literally going to enter our lives post-LHS as a slew of blank slates. You have all been defined at this school, whether that terrifies you or not. Your name has been associated with an array of memories, personality traits, and moments in time. Your existence here means something. I think tonight of all nights proves that. I hope you know, however, that come this fall, you can decide to keep that existence with you, or you can decide to construct a new one. Whichever path you choose to take is yours, and yours alone, and there's something hopeful in that, I think. 20 years from now, if you feel as though you haven't accomplished a whole lot, I urge your future selves to think back to this group of students and what they represent. I know I've already stated this fact, but for the benefit of your memory, I'm going to do so again. This class is the kindest and most thoughtful group of students Mr. Juster and many of his colleagues have ever taught in their many decades of teaching. That means a whole lot more than some of you could ever imagine. So, if nothing else, you will forever know that you are one of the individuals who made up that monumentally beautiful whole. Please, whatever you choose to do in life, don't forget that. Congratulations to you all. I wish you all the best, and thank you. I'd now like to ask my fellow class officers to join me on the stage for the introduction of the class gift. Vice President Jack Sprague, Treasurer Ryan Griffin, Secretary Emma DeTellis, Historian Lily Tharrington, Publicist Matt Griffin, Activities Coordinators Nikki Lonjoy and Chelsea Mullen, and Prom Chairs Will Heenan and Zach Fawcett.
As a class, we've had to endure many hardships throughout the past 4 years. A global pandemic, the loss of a beloved classmate and guidance counselor has undoubtedly brought us closer together. We have decided to help fund a senior section in the school cafeteria to signify the close bond that we have formed over the years. This section will be outfitted with high-top tables bearing designs that honor both Miss Sherwood and Jacob Nahr. In giving this gift, we hope that future senior classes can form the same bond that we have all experienced.
Performing I Lived, A Million Dreams, and Forever Young medley, please welcome Andrew Johnson.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. And a million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. So let the light guide your way. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? Forever, we'll never. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? Forever, forever young. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
For the presentation of the senior class, please welcome Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Scott LaLiberty.
You've been very patient. Now it's time. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the Londonderry School District, it is my humble honor to present for graduation the Londonderry High School class of 2021.
Okay, seniors, it's time. Marshals, would you please come to the stage? Assistant principals will be getting ready. And for the presentation of diplomas, please welcome Dr. Kim Lindley-Susi.
Hannah Marie Allbeck. Elizabeth Marie Allen. Matthew Robert Anderson. Riley Susan Anderson. Derek Ethan Apoltz. Alexander Christopher Arredondo. Advika Arunkumar. Nicholas Joel Asadorian. Isabella Ivers Augusta. Savannah Marie Bailey. Dylan Hugh Barnes. Anastasia Lynn Barnoy. Jenna Gohar Bean. Joshua Jackson Bean. Colby Ezra Began. Joseph William Bailing. Colleen Frances Bernard. Emily Ann Bernatich. William Dimitri Beeler. Ariana Lynn Bilodeau. Brittany Marie Blair. Riley Paige Blondin. Madison Alexandra Bolton. Isabella Nicole Bouchard. Hannah Leanne Boumel. Richard Raymond Bousquet, Jr. Braden Clark Brassard. Timothy Joseph Bro. Miana Sky Breton. Samantha Marie Bristol. Virginia Brito Morel. Rayana Sarah Broadhurst. Elizabeth Alice Brown. Eric Michael Brown. Luke Edward Brown. Samuel Robert Brown. Evelyn Grace Brunette. Carly Veronica Butler. Riza Rose Cabeza. Alexa Caroline Callagandis. Garrett Robert Kaluzdian. Michaela Marie Cantone. Clara Fugatis Capelli. Thomas David Carver. Eric Michael Richard Casey. Miriam Celebi. Brianna Nicole Chambers. Elizabeth Ann Charette. Ariana Lucia Chirola. Sarah Ashley Clegg. Ethan Christopher Cohen. Megan Riley Collins. Samantha Elizabeth Collins. Stephanie Sophie Collins. Jasmine Abelina Conde. Aiden Patrick Cook. Gabriel Anthony Costarelli. Amara Marguerite Cody. Tyler James Cody. Evan Shea Cotter. Kayla Marie Kucher Kernoyer. Emily Nicole Cowett. Jackson Kennedy Cox. Kylie Ann Crawford. Brendan Richard Crockwell. Amanda Brooke Curry. Anthony Joseph D'Alessandro, Jr. Connor Stephen Dawson. Sean Cooper Dawson. Olivia Marie DeAngelis. Aiden Robert Dennis. Robert Joseph Durhack. Julia Burke Deschamps. Hannah Rosalie Damaris. Emma Lee DeTellis. Samuel David DeChico. Kylie Rose Dodge. Emma Kate Donnelly. Eugene Jonathan Donovan. Robert Derek Doucette. Morgan Elizabeth Dow. Anna Ray Drabick. Cole Austin Duarte. Marie Patricia Duffy. Evan Michael Dugas. Emma Janine Dunn. Marlena Heil Dwyer. Katie Shoddy Elgazal. Alexander Theodore Elgazabal. Hannah Teresa Ellis. Brianna Emily Escott. Rebecca Chase Fakovic. Jacelyn Emma Focon. Zachary Richard Fawcett. Mia Jane Fowl. Peyton Michael Feener. Isaac Thomas Feldman. Chloe Elizabeth Ferraro. Christopher Paul Ferrick. Hayden Linton Fielder. Brandon Riley Fish. Eli James Fitzgerald. Eliza Joy Fitzgerald. Megan Rose Fitzpatrick. Sophia Stella Fonseca. Tanner Christopher Fortier. Sarah Michelle Frazier. Zachary Joseph Furlong. Clifford Anthony Fusco III. Audrey Elizabeth Gagnon. Aidan Robert Galan. Jordan Catherine Galuzzo. Daniel Edward Gear. Anthony Mark Genthner. Mason Grace Gentilamo. Gabrielle Celia Garrity. Sarah Constance Girardi. Guinevere Maeve Gilchrist. Nendo Caleb Gleekia. Megan April Goodwin. Brian Edward Gould, Jr. Bella Olivia Grant. Elliot Leon Gray. Alexis J. Grella. Ashley Sue Griffin. Braden William Griffin. Matthew Russell Griffin. Ryan Gerard Griffin. Alexander Timothy Grusho. Janissa Garung. Sarav Garung. Sophia Elizabeth Hagamus. Hannah Emilia Hallfinger. Catherine Anastasia Howley. Skylar Isabel Hamilton. Terry Hahn. Cody David Hanley. Catherine Grace Harpster. William Henry Heenan. Jeremy Blake Hellman. Haley Ann Hines. Hunter Brent Holcomb. Courtney Taylor Hole. Grace Karen Holland. Benjamin Winter House. Thomas Gregory Howell. Dylan Jeffrey Husson. Anna Marie Hutchinson. Marissa Rochelle Hyder. Malin Leilani Jackson. Maxwell Ellis Jean. Sarah Rose Joe. Andrew James Johnson. Emily Frances Johnston. Sadie Mae Jordan. Bambi Bakris Kabambi. Matthew Lee Carafellis. Delaney Paige Dugan Kearns. Amber Rose Kieran. Alexandra Claire Kelly. Jeffrey Martin Kelly II. Jack Thomas Robert Kester. Aiden Riley Kinchuk. Catherine Grace Kilgore. Ryan Thomas Killalay. Joseph David Kilroy. Lauren Sher-Un Kim. Katrina Catherine King. Ryan Joshua Knights. Taryn Riley Kozak. Tyler Michael Crakes. Allison West Lacey. Colin James Lacanto. Luke Alain Lafond. Alexis Michelle Lally. Damon Raymond LeMay. Olivia Jean Leonard. Maya Susan Lincoln. Gregory Todd Lindquist. Nicole Rose Langouet. Juliette Marie Loisel. Owen George McDonald. Logan Michael McIntosh. Damon Ray McLeod. Jenna Page Madigan. Madison Page McGee. Jillian Elizabeth McGuire. Ryan Matthew Manella. Catherine June Marshall. Ashley Yvonne Grace Martin. Katie Lynn McCudden. Isaac Brandt McCune. Isabella Diane McCutcheon. Dylan Joseph McEachern. Scott Thomas McAvoy. Riley Lou McGrath. Kylie Ellen Litch McGurn. Gracie Paige McGinnis. Liam Russell McIntyre. Connor Stephen McKinnon. Johnny Webster McKinnon III. Isabella Eleni McKnight. Theodore James McKnight. Carly Alexandria McRitchie. Troy Robert Edson Meyer. Alexis Nicole Miola. Marek Douglas Mishno. Christopher Charles Miller. Nicholas James Mills. Alana Rose Mobbs. Jonathan Henry Mock. Emily Taylor Moran. Venice Rose Moreno. Dariana Geraldine Mosqueto. Chelsea Louise Mullen. Alana Catherine Myron. John David Neese. Chase Joshua Nicholson. Sophia Augusta Jane Norton. Emily Ann Nowak. Prince Julian Nunez. Delaney Madison O'Leary. Aiden Michael O'Loughlin. Michael Joseph O'Neill. Ashley Grace Ollis. Damon Michael Willett. Gabrielle Maureen Page. Connor Jacob Payton. Anthony James Palmer. Nicholas Siravuth Powell. Hannah Cecile Paradise. Gavin Stewart Parent. Evan Michael Parker. Aiden James Parsons. Joshua Eugene Patnod. Samantha Ann Pelletier. Emily Lucia Perry. Daniel Moore Peters. Alyssa Eve Petaris. Ian Christian Provost. Anthony Michael Pasillo. Anthony George Ramey. Lauren Nicole Rossio. Shannon Elizabeth Rossio. Eric Joseph Raza. Nicole Mary Raza. Eric James Riley. Haley Samantha Remillard. Brady Christopher Wren. William Martin Reyes. Zachary Daniel Rowe. Cameron Douglas Robbins. Jake Warren Roberts. Justin David Roberts. Abby Diane Rollison. Delaney Margaret Root. Ashley Morgan Rourke. Anthony Scott Ruggiero. Jacob Thaddeus Ruppel. Maya Elise Rutina. Madison Page Sabatella. Sydney Rose Samoset. Nicholas Bruce Sampson. Jade Alexandra Victoria Santana. Mackenzie Ryan Santiago. Evram John Savoy. Brody Edmund Sawyer. Corinne Elizabeth Sawyer. Diana Cecilia Scheinman. Ethan Xavier Schickler. Ashley Lynn Schmidt. Lucas Knight Seaman. Christopher Robert Setterland. Jonathan Douglas Setterland. Ryan Jerry Severn. Mario Sharbel Slaby. Hunter Bailey Smith. Zachary Walter Smith. Dylan Paul Solano. Matthew David Solomons. Alexander David Susi. Hunter Ryan Susi. Julia Hope Ryback Susi. Molly Linny-Lon Madeline Susi. Jack Matthew Sprague. Nathan John St. Cyr. Rachel Joy St. Louis. Joshua James St. Pierre. Benjamin Tyler Steele. Derek Jordan Stone. Grace Pearl Stone. Emma Claire Stowell. Jenna Maria Stoll. Erin McHale Strike. Brian Walter Sullivan. Lauren Elizabeth Sutton. Kaylee Ray Sweeney. Stephen Robert Swiderski. Lillian Mary Pat Farrington. Cameron John Terrian. Emily Meredith Thomas. Marina Caitlin Toth. Joshua William Trainum. Carter Alston True. Hunter Daniel Turek. Megan Ann Turner. Stephen Noel Valentin Jr. Sophia Isabel Velasquez. Nicholas Cushel Villano. Dominic Gerard Viola. Matthew Christopher Vogel. Adam Joseph Vogler. Michael Elijah Waddell. Madison Lee Walden. Nicole Hannah Walsh. Riley Margaret Walter. Jack Allen Wanders. Ian Donegan Ward. Theo Joseph Ward. Erica Pierre Waters. Ryan Adam Wells. Brandon Michael White. Daniel John White. Thomas Jackson Williams. Caitlin Elizabeth Whitcop. Thomas Jack Voters. Riley Shannon Wolverton. Logan Michael Wyman. Ryan Curtis Young.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2021. We have one more ceremonial item. I'd like to invite your class advisors, Mrs. Vera Pro and Mr. Rodrigo Rosa Blackburn, for the changing of the tassels, which will make you official graduates of Londonderry High School.
We want to say congratulations, class of 2021 graduates.
And just one more thing, if you want to hold your tassel, move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Congratulations!
Graduates, you'll be led out by your marshals. If you are unable to take a graduation picture, you may do so. Thank you for a wonderful evening, everyone.